Hey everybody, welcome to the LL Spring Sports Roundtable 2025. Welcome in with Jason Garente, Jeff Reinhardt here. We missed Mike Gross already.
Yes, it's a new age.
It is.
Basketball just ended, we're diving head first.
Yes, here we go. All things spring sports. Quick hitters. We're like a week or two in with some of these sports. Some section play didn't even start yet in a couple of the spring sports. We're just catching up. We had a very long winter with basketball. We had two teams go to state finals, so Jason and I are still catching our breath, but we'll get you up to speed as quickly as we can with all things spring sports. Let's start with track, which had an awesome 2024. Some kids are already off to a great start this spring. Take it away.
When you talk LL track, you talk McCaskey, and you often talk sprinters.
Yes.
Because McCaskey has unparalleled depth in the 100 and 200 meters. They broke the boys and girls records in the 400 relay.
Oof.
The girls record was especially impressive. The foursome ran in 46:57, which broke the league record by nearly 0.6 of a second.
Ooh.
So that time was extraordinary to me, so I decided to look up where it fit in. It was faster than anyone in the state last year.
Wow.
And so I started to go back farther and farther. It's been 9 years since anyone in Pennsylvania ran a time that
9
fast.
years. Wow.
And only 2 relay teams have beaten that time in the last 20 years in the entire state of Pennsylvania, not the LL League.
Wow.
So the foursome is Damani Crossan, Ella Petrosky, Corinne Miller, and Alondra Glover, a junior, a sophomore, and 2 freshmen.
Nice.
So where is this going? I mean, you wonder, like, how low could this time possibly get? But there is, I mean, they just have an unbelievable collection of young talent. The boys, not to be outdone, broke the LL record in the 4x1 as well. It was Lenny Diaz, Emery Plaza, Juan Colon, and Davion Stewart. They ran 41:72. They broke Cedar Crest's record, which was just set 2 years ago at the PIAA Championship.
Okay.
So the times for this time of year, it was still March when they ran this, is just out of this world. This is the kind of stuff that happens in mid-May when you're peaking for the league and district championships. So just out of this world talent in McCaskey, and just hats off to them for extraordinary times.
I saw the girls race. Somebody had the video, and I thought, is this a joke? Like, they just shredded the field. It was amazing.
Well, they had that incredible relay team 2 years ago with Camilla and Kamaya Wright.
Yes.
These girls beat those girls, and those were all-time greats.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, their race was the 4x4 more than the 4x1, but still, just all-time great talents now at McCaskey.
That's awesome. Like I said on that video, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was like a April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just absolutely flying. Okay, stay tuned for track. Track's going to be great this spring. I'm on the volleyball beat. Been back in the gym a couple of times. Nice to catch up with the guys. Real quick, early on, a week and a half into section play, Cedar Crest and Hempfield out front in section 1, both 2-0, both state ranked. Cedar Crest is number 6 in the state.
Wow.
Look out for them. They're going to be really good. They beat Warwick last week. Warwick, 3-time defending section 1 champ. Cedar Crest knocked them off. Good start for the Falcons. Hempfield, 2-0, with a lot of new hitters up front. Some fresh faces hitting on the pins, but they're undefeated in section play early. They're 9th in the state. So Hempfield and Cedar Crest, keep an eye on them. Ephrata and E-Town, they're new. They're up in section 1 this year. New section changes in volleyball this year. Ephrata and E-Town up, CV and McCaskey down. Northern Lebanon, full-time in the league. Section 2, tied. 3 teams are 3-0 already. Manheim Central, Conestoga Valley, Lancaster Mennonite. Saw the Barons this week on Tuesday. They beat Cocalico 3-1. Great match. Cocalico was 5-0 coming in. They're good. Eagles are good. The only thing that might trip them up later, Cocalico goes from 2A to 3A this year. We'll worry about that in May. But anyway, Barons, Bucks, Blazers, oh my, all 3-0. Central's got, I wanted to mention these 3 kids. They lost a lot to graduation. Central, district finalists, state finalists, but they got their big 3 back. Reagan Miller, who jumps out of the gym, Landon Matisse, great middle, and Dylan Musser, who stirs the drink, setter, heck of a player. He's going to be awesome. I'm going to see Northern Lebanon this week. I'm going to write about them next week. Vikings new to the league full-time, anxious to see volleyball in Fredericksburg. All right, what do you got?
We'll go to baseball.
Baseball.
There's one undefeated team in the LL, and it is...
Manheim Township.
No, it is Hempfield.
It is Hempfield.
Defending PIAA 6A champs and
go.
defending District 3 champs. They play Township. We're taping Wednesday. They play today. It's one of the big rivalries in the league. And Township kind of had Hempfield's number last year, even though Hempfield won the state championship. So that'll be a good one. Hempfield returned a lot of players from that state championship team, so they're expected to be at that level again. And they're playing that way right now. Liam Ahern has been their workhorse on the mound. He's 2-0 with the 2.56 ERA. The Section 2 race, Conestoga Valley's been the big surprise. Started 5-0 before losing their first game yesterday, and then Lampeter-Strasburg has won 6 in a row after losing its first game. And the team that beat both CV and LS was Donegal.
How about that?
So Donegal looks like the Section 3 team to keep an eye on. They're the defending champs in Section 3. Even though their record's not the greatest, they've played a tough schedule. They have some real quality wins. But CV is a big surprise. They were number 1 in the 5A power ratings before that loss, and they have a power right-handed pitcher named Evan Wilson, who's going to University of Richmond, throws really hard. So, and in the Section 4, it's Northern Lebanon, 6-1, defending section champs. They just look like a district contender, Class 4A. Connor Stoltz, here are his stats.
Let me hear it.
17 for 24. That is 708 batting average. 6 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs.
Nice.
I could not bat 708 if you put it on a tee and took all the fielders away.
I can top that when I get to softball, but okay, that's pretty great.
They look like the team in Section 4, but it's early, and league play is just starting today, which is Wednesday. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Tennis. Familiar names and faces in tennis. A couple of kids are back that are just having amazing careers. I definitely wanted to mention Hempfield. Cooper Lehman, he's off to a 7-0 start. 3-time reigning league and 3-time reigning district champ for Hempfield. Hempfield's 8-0 and in first place in Section 1. Lancaster Country Day. I'm going to get your blood to boil in a second. Country Day's back-to-back reigning 2A state champs. Michael Georgelis is back, defending league, district, and state champs. Country Day is the back-to-back reigning state team champ. They're making them go to 3A this year. Lancaster Country Day, which is one of the smallest, tiniest little schools, has to go play in AAA this year.
It's all that recruiting they're doing.
That's what it is. Knocking on doors, begging kids to Country Day, come to Country Day and play tennis. Keep an eye on Georgelis and Lehman. We'll see if those guys can run the table again, and they're both really, really fun to watch. Lax, do it.
So, Penn Manor, 6-0.
Lax, I saw that.
Bit of a surprise, I would assume. I'm not a big Lax guy. Grant Bradburn, their leading scorer with 25 goals. Manheim Township has been the team. They're expected to be the team this year. Penn Manor goes to Township on Friday, so we'll find out sort of how they stack up in the Section 1. On the girls' side, E-Town and Cocalico both undefeated in Section 2, 3-0 in league play, 5-0 overall. Danny Bruno for E-Town passed 200 career goals. She has 42 goals this season.
Already?
In 8 games.
It's April 2nd.
In 5 games. It's 8 goals per game. So she's putting up bananas numbers. So those two teams in Lampeter-Strasburg are the top 3 fighting for the 2 playoff spots. And then on the girls' side, it's always Manheim Township girls. They have 3 losses, but they play a powerhouse non-league schedule. But when they get into league play, it's usually pretty lopsided. So I would assume they're still the team in Section 1. They're focused on districts and state title. But the big surprise so far would be Penn Manor being 6-0. That's a breakthrough for them.
Big match on Friday. Okay, softball to wrap it up. Some really fun softball notables here a couple of weeks in, and as we tape Wednesday, section openers are today, so it starts getting good here. Warwick and Solanco are 2 teams to watch. They went to states last year. Warwick defending league champs. 3 teams I want to mention. Northern Lebanon, 4-0 out of the gates. 37-8 run differential. That's pretty good. Solanco, 6-0 out of the gates. 62-8 run differential. That's really good. Elko, this one blew my mind. I had to look twice. Elko's played 9 games already. I don't know how. They've wedged 9 games in. They're 9-0. I can top your stat guy. Gabby Smith, senior, 5-0 with 2 saves. That's pretty good. She's hitting .750.
My goodness.
With 7 homers. and 17 RBIs, and Elko has scored 117 runs in 9 games. Hello, Raiders.
My goodness.
We'll see how they do in section play, which gets started here midweek on Wednesday. Okay. We're just getting started with the spring. This is the first show. Obviously, it's early April, so we're just getting going here with the spring stuff. Let's wrap up the winter real quick for the good of the order. We have a state champ from the county.
Linville Hill Christian, Class 2A. They moved them up, and it didn't matter. They won it anyway.
Take that, PIAA.
To put this in perspective, there have only been 5 LL League boys basketball teams to win state titles since the league was formed in 1972. So this is the 6th team from Lancaster County or Lebanon County to win it.
How about that?
Incredible achievement. Yes. A bunch of kids who grew up together for the most part, played together all off season and built themselves into a championship team and took out Philadelphia Powers and Pittsburgh Powers. Yep. So the little guys from rural Lancaster County, hats off to them. State champs, a rare feat in boys basketball, extremely rare, and they earned it. They were great together, and they were unselfish, and they were in it for this mission to win the state title, and they brought it home.
Yeah, they did. Amazing. Great story. Linville Hill Christian girls make the state finals. They come up a little short. Bishop Guilfoyle was tough.
Powerhouse. Yeah.
Powerhouse. They defended their state title, but a great showing for Linville, boys and girls. Well done, crew. Okay, stick with Lancaster Online for all the spring coverage. We're everywhere, covering all the spring sports. So bookmark Lancaster Online Sports because we're there. We got it covered. We're all over the place. Okay, show number 1, LL Spring Sports Roundtable in the book. For Jason, I'm Jeff. We'll see you next week. Thanks.